Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube channel and my Leicester City career mode series, part 98, and we have a player debut for you today. Paul Pogba, our new 88 million pound signing. I think it was 88.5 or something we had to sign him for. I'm still hurting from spending that much money. You guys know I don't usually like to spend that much money. I don't usually sign players like Pogba, to be honest. I kind of pride myself on signing players who aren't usually signed on other players' career modes, players who are a little bit different from everyone else. But Pogba, man, I kind of felt like I had to do it. I felt like I had to. He's just, his stats and shit is so beast, and for someone so young, I just can't wait to get using him. We're starting against Tottenham, who have obviously recently signed Sergio Roberto from us, so I can't even remember if he played in this game. I don't think he did, but both teams coming out the gates firing, getting some chances. We had to see some goal line technology to see if I went into the back of the net, which it was pretty clear that it didn't. Tottenham have tested us. We just tested Lloris here again. Tottenham coming back at us, trying to test our keeper, and Michel Vorm, obviously a former Spurs player, also making a good save. Our two teams have exchanged a few players quite often in this career mode, but McAvoy lifts it into the box onto the head of Harry Kane, and he puts Tottenham 1-0 in the lead. It's actually been a pretty entertaining game so far, both teams having chances. But this left back, I don't even know who this is. McAvoy, is that James McAvoy? Is that the dude from Wanted? I'm not too sure, but he's put in a good cross. He's done well down the left hand side. Nunez seems to be exposed quite a lot down this right hand side. I've only just started to think about it. Like, I'm not sure, is it just me that's realizing that he seems to be beaten quite a lot down that side. Again, right here, it's McAvoy on this left hand side, through on goal, and Vorm has to make a good save. Like, Nunez kind of just threw himself past McAvoy. I don't know why he kept going so far. I'm not too sure, but Arnautovic gets inside from the left hand side onto the middle of the box, and he smashes it in the back of the net. Arnautovic seems to have a little knack for scoring against Tottenham. There are a few teams he likes to score against more than others, it seems. Obviously he scores quite a few goals, so he scores against most teams, but Tottenham, Stoke he likes to score against, and probably a few others that I'm not even realising. But I don't care who he scores against as long as he's scoring, and I'm happy that we got the goal back in this game. 1-1, made ourselves back on level terms in this game. 62 minutes, still quite a bit to play. Pogba gets his first shot off as a Leicester City player. It's with his left foot. He's just technically especially a beast in this game, and with the weak foot, you guys know I love players with high stars for the weak foot. You ain't even got to think about which foot you're on, you just let it rip. Pogba again creating, finding Arnautovic, but his shot straight into the hands of Lloris. Late on in the game, Pogba's kind of getting in the middle of everything. It's fallen to Arnautovic, and somehow that is not a penalty. I don't know how that is not a penalty. It's come to Arnautovic. Well, it's not come to Arnautovic. The ball's just fallen loose. Arnautovic gets there first clearly, and the defender trips him, gets none of the ball. How is that not a penalty? I don't know, but we just got to deal with it. We dropped some points against Tottenham. It's a 1-1 game. Alexandre Lacazette set for Borussia Dortmund, leaving Spurs. Harry Kane has recently been scoring a few goals for them, so I guess they don't really need him. Lacazette never really scored too many for them, so I guess they're cashing in on their losses. Vardy, however, has decided he is going to join Bolton at the end of his career. Well, at the end of his contract, which is expiring at the end of the season. We'll be a little bit sad to see him go, but we've got another player coming in, 27.5 million for 23-year-old Viktor Kovalenko, a big talent, good player, and we heard that he was unhappy at QPR. Everton was looking at him, a few other teams. He has been injured, so bear that in mind. He is out with an ACL tear for about most of the season. I'm not even sure if he'll play a game this season, so you won't see him for a while at least. But we've signed him for 27.5 million. Hopefully he doesn't lose too many stats while he's out injured, and he still comes back as a top player. We've just skipped a game against Reading in the Capital One Cup. We've drawn it 1-1 at home. Another piece of business going through. Simon Randall, one of our most promising young players, has gone out on loan to Fulham. This is a 2-year loan deal, if I remember correctly. I believe it's a 2-year... I'm not too sure, to be honest. I think it might be a 1-year loan deal. Don't quote me. I think it's 1 year, so he should come back next season, halfway through the season. Also, more transfers. Manchester City keen on signing Oscar. That seems like all I ever read. Teams keen on signing Oscar. Oscar obviously left Chelsea a while ago, joined Juventus, but now all we ever see is Man City keen on signing Oscar. Liverpool keen on signing Oscar. So and so. Why don't he just leave? You know, instead of making me read all this shit. But regardless of this, we're back in a cup game against Swansea City. I believe this is a FA Cup match. It must be an FA Cup match. It's January. So yeah, FA Cup, Emirates FA Cup. We've played a little bit of a weaker side, but it's still strong. Obviously, we've got Son there. We've got Mahrez there. Son threw on goal. Was about to put it into the back of the net, I assume, because he's a decent finisher, and he's completely just pulled down to the ground there. Defender couldn't even move his feet. He looked like a sloth there trying to keep up with Heung-min Son. He's just dragged him down to the ground. Referee's pointing to the spot. Stevan Jovetic steps up to take this penalty. 1-on-1 against Fabianski, and he sends it to the left-hand side. Jovetic still yet to miss a penalty for this team, and he is... I mean, let me know in the comment section if you feel like Jovetic is becoming a legend for this club. Like, I don't know. I have been considering leaving Leicester City sometime during this series and going to another team for a little challenge. I don't know. Let me know if you feel like if I do that, I should take Jovetic with me. I don't know, because I don't know. It's not even sure. It's not confirmed or anything. I'm not sure if I would be leaving Leicester, if I even want to do that. But let me know what you think about that as an idea. It could be at the end of this season if you want. It could be sometime next season. I don't know. But back into this game, Richarly Bazoua has stepped up and smashed it into the back of the net. The Swansea have a decent side. They have some good young players. Nathan Redmond, they got Bazoua, Tuzon. They got some decent players. Matty Grimes could probably grow to a decent player if he's trained well. I don't know if the CPU actually get to train their players, but look at that for a goal. It seems like everything Stevan Jovetic touches just ends up in the back of the net. Like, I guarantee you, if that was any other player, that would have been put down as an own goal. But because it's Jovetic, he's just padding his stats right there. It's played into him. Chan just pokes it through to him. He takes the shot. It looks like it's deflected off like two players, but it's only off one. Keeper flapping at it, and Jovetic gets his second goal of the FA Cup of this campaign. Holtby this time sliding it into Jovetic, and look at that. 3-1. Stevan Jovetic bags himself a hat-trick in under 15 minutes of play. Look at this. Is how dangerous we are when we're given space. Like, you cannot give Jovetic that much space in the opposition box. Come on, guys. Like, he's just banging goals in for fun right now. We're coming back at them in the second half this time, trying to make it 4, just trying to get goals on goals. Heung-min Son finds his way in the box. He squares it to Mahrez. And Riyad Mahrez kind of sums up there the kind of season he's having. He's getting in all the right positions. He's playing well. But when it comes to finishing chances, I guess he's tried to just go ruthless with that one. But he's hit the bar, and it's just, he should have finished it. Space in the box for Sigurdsson. Saved by Gibbons, who gets himself a start in goal in this cup game. Swansea are still in this game, especially if they can get a goal anytime soon. They've got a corner this time. Sigurdsson whips it in. It's come to the head of Fernandez, and he's got one back. And just as I was saying, if they can get a goal back in this game real soon, they could still stand a chance. Like, all they need now is one goal and they're level. They can get themselves a replay, and who knows what could happen in a replay. Gibbons, though, no chance with that. And it's so frustrating when I see and can see goals like that. Like, because you never score goals like that where you've got a player just completely unmarked in the box from a corner. Like, it's crazy, but for some reason my players don't want to mark players in the box when they get set piece. Lamela there trying a long range shot, denied by Fabianski, but that doesn't even matter. Swansea tried to get themselves back into the game, but it couldn't happen at the end of the day. Stevan Jovetic showing off his match ball. 3 goals in under 15 minutes. I mean, he's scored some pretty quick hat-tricks in this series, but that's crazy. 3 goals in under 15 minutes. You see right here, we're still training Aaron's in defending, but his tackling and marking, neither of them have still yet to hit 40, and you can see they're barely growing up. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna stop training him when it comes to defending, because it seems like it's just a little bit of a waste. I'm not sure if he still has the promising player thing, but I feel like he does, and he's still barely growing. So maybe he's just almost reached his potential. I don't know, but We'll see. We'll find someone who can benefit more from training. Adrian, the young Brazilian, he's probably not that young now in this series, probably about 25, 26. He has moved to Lille for about 18 million. Newcastle have signed Danilo Pereira for 21 million from Porto. Enrico Troiano, our young Italian centre midfielder, has secured a loan to Sheffield Wednesday, 2-year loan. So he'll come back when he's about 21. He'll probably be a pretty good player. So I'm excited to see how he returns, how good he is. And we're coming into another game against Crystal Palace. I believe this is the last game of the episode. It's the usual lineup we're going with, really. Our top players are in there. Jovetic testing the keeper, trying to get a nice little finesse shot from range. Saved by the keeper, plucked out the air. Lamela this time getting onto his left foot, and it's McCarthy making another decent save. So early on in this game, we're piling the pressure on Crystal Palace. From the resulting corner, Lamela puts in a good delivery, and it's Emre Can getting himself a goal on the score sheet. It's a beautiful header right there. It's a nice delivery from Lamela. Floats it in with a nice little bit of whip on it too. A few players were around there, could have got their head in it. I think it was Chan. You see Shah was in there. Son running around the back. You'd expect Shah to get his head in it, but Chan, he gets a nice, powerful header on that one. He bags himself his second goal in the Premier League. He's been a decent little signing for us. Played well in defensive midfield position. Crystal Palace trying to get themselves a goal, trying to equalise as soon as possible. Shaw getting in there with a nice little defensive tackle. How many times we see this? Him tackle someone and burst down the middle. He's got options. He goes down to his left. He's found Arnautovic. 1-on-1 with the keeper and Marco Arnautovic before half-time. Doubles our lead. Puts us 2-0 up. And that's how dangerous we are. Look at how many players we have flooding forward after Shaw wins the ball. It's a nice through ball. Arnautovic 1-on-1 with the keeper. And, I mean, our front three is just so deadly in front of goal that you just expect it to be in the back of the net. Every highlight that we show, you're probably expecting it to end up in the back of the net, to be honest. And we've got another chance right here. Chan, into Son, who found Jovetic with a first-time pass. And again, it just finds the back of the net. We're 3-0 up now against Crystal Palace. And like I said, again, if we end up scoring more than 2 goals in a game, you can just bet that Jovetic has found himself on the score sheet. And with the third goal of this game, it is Jovetic getting himself on the score sheet. He has scored, I think that's his 23rd goal of the Barclays Premier League season. If he can hit 30 this season, that's a huge accomplishment. Like, he's scored 30 goals in the season before. But if he could score 30 in the Premier League alone, beast. That's all I'm saying, beast. Arnautovic, though, just firing wide of the post. 85 minutes in, we're still creating chances. Mahrez slides it down the right-hand side. He finds Pogba, using his pace and power, getting into the box, and he's completely wiped out there by the incoming defender. Referee points to the spot. Ings looking like a little bit of an idiot right there. I don't know, what team did he come from? What's his full name? Are we gonna show it right here? We're gonna show his name. Ryan Innes. I'm not sure. He looks familiar, but I don't know what team if you know what team he came from, let me know. I don't know. I've seen him play a few times. He's pretty decent, but I don't know where he came from. Fabian Shaw dispatches of the penalty. Obviously, Jovetic not on the pitch at this time. Shaw steps up, does the duties, puts it in the back of the net. 4-0, 87 minutes. The game is all but over. Maybe there's time for us to score more. Maybe Crystal Palace can get themselves in. I don't know. But Shaw, always happy to just dispatch of a penalty right there. That's going to be all for this episode, really. We're celebrating another victory. Pogba looking happy, saluting his new fans. Fabian Shaw gets himself a man of the match performance. 1 goal, 1 assist. Back into training. You can see Rolando Aarons is still there. A few other players. Planas. All these players, they're talents. That's all I'm going to say. Ferrell killed Estevez, Planas, they're talents. Pogba obviously has probably maybe not reached his full potential, but he's there and thereabouts. But we're still trying to improve a few stats of him. This is it for the video. 17 points clear at the top of the table. The league is all but ours, really. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.